Yo, 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 man, what's up, man? Shout out to everybody tuning in. We finna have a good conversation. You already know what it is, man. We back to the Maki show, and I'm finna perform. Yeah, I'm finna do it the way that it's supposed to be done, man. One second. Yeah, see? Yeah, I'm finna do it the way that it's supposed to be done, man. We finna have a good dialogue, you know what I'm saying, on this Friday morning. Some of y'all had a productive week. Some of y'all might have had destructive weeks, man. But now that you're in here, we finna be able to reflect. Yeah. Ooh. Allergies acting up this morning, ain't it? But yeah, in order to do that, we need to get to 1K likes, man. So I need to see everybody start tapping that like button. That way we can get the notifications where they need to be. So as you come up in here, man, start double tapping the screen. That way we can see what we need to see. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you comment your state, your city, and your country so I can see where y'all reside from, man. We finna do it. We finna do it all the way. Yeah. So as y'all come up in here, we're gonna wait to see who comes back up in here. Is it seeing the algorithm want to play with your boys? So we'll wait a second. Because you already know how we gonna do it once it starts going, man. So yeah, double tap that screen as you come up in there, man. Once we get to 1K likes, I can go ahead and get to my message, you know what I'm saying? I got a message that I want to give to the people. You know, it's going to be a good situation that turns into a resource that you can use for your lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? So as you guys come up in here, if you like the face you see and the voice you hear, make sure you tap that follow and the bell button. That way you guys can be subscribed and notified, man. Nobody does it like I do it. I do it consistently, exquisitely, and terrifically, man. I get up in here and I talk, and everything that I talk is all in the name of uplifting. Yeah, I'm about uplifting my people, man. You know, a lot of people, they come on here and they want to talk about destruction. They want to talk about who they don't like. But I'm going to give y'all some real game, man. Shout out to Red Hood Fan 1221 for the follow. Much love and appreciation, homie. I need y'all all to start double tapping that screen, man, because once we get to 2K likes, I'll be able to get to my message, you know? I always give a good message. That's what my purpose is when I get up on TikTok. I give people real-life perspectives based on situations that I analyze. Yeah, I'm a game server. So with that being said, man, everybody double tap that screen. As we're seeing that we're starting to pick up in here. And if you're new, tap the follow and the bell button. Also, comment your city, your state, and or your country, man. I want to know where y'all from. I be telling them we global, not local, man. We got people tuning in from all across the globe. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody double tapping. Shout out to any of my moderators that might be in the chat, man. You already know how we do it. I just keep telling them every single day that we're getting bigger and bigger. All in the name of positivity, all in the name of being real, man. Yeah. Some of the things that I might say, you might agree with, you might disagree with it. But one thing that we got to be able to do as a people is agree to disagree and keep it on pushing. What's good, Hunter? Good to see you up in here. You already know what time it is. We finna start some good game. But in order to do that, we got to get to 2K likes, man. So I need y'all to double tap that screen, man. Double tap that screen like there's no tomorrow. And also, tap that follow on the bell button, man. It's Friday morning. Y'all chilling up in here with me. I know all y'all up in here ain't haters, man. Yeah. Solidify it. You know what I'm saying? Tap that follow button. Tap the bell button. Do whatever you feel like is necessary. What's good, Madison? Hey, how you doing? Shout out to Madison for the follow. Much love and appreciation. I always tell y'all, man, the ladies be showing more love than y'all dudes. A lot of y'all dudes, y'all sit around, y'all sit in the chair. Oh, man, he looks like this. Oh, he looks like that. Y'all be worried about the wrong things, man. You could really get some good game if you just sit back and analyze and pick up the jewels, man. Yeah. A lot of y'all could just pick up the jewels because all I'm doing is throwing alley-oops and assists. But, man, double tap the screen. Everybody double tap the screen so I can get to my message. I can't get to my message until we get to 2K likes. Tap that follow, tap that bell button, man. And yeah, man, how's everybody's day? Comment your city, comment your state, comment your country. Yeah, we on the social media app, so it's completely fine to be able to socialize and vocalize while we're waiting to get to our goal. Shout out to Steph and Cheyenne 20 for the follow. Much love and appreciation, and welcome to Maki Nation, man. You already know how we doing it. I keep sitting around and telling them that we getting bigger and bigger. We put the energy where it needs to be put to. Madison says she's from Kansas City. Yeah. Salute to Kansas City. Shout out to Kansas City. Yeah, man. Shout out to Kansas City. Where the rest of y'all from, man? Shout out to Mama Snatcher Brian. Shout out to Monica Minks for the follow. Look at that, man. We getting big, man. We getting big and big. It's all about growth and elevation. I don't know what that say, man. You gotta speak English. You gotta translate that for me. Gary, Indiana. Shout out to Gary, Indiana, man. Shout out to Indiana. I'm telling y'all, man. We nationwide. Is on your side. We're national, man. We all across the globe, man. What Chris Brown say, international love. Yeah, that's what it's like, man. But we need 300 more likes, so I need everybody to double tap the screen. We're getting closer and closer to our goal. And once we get there, I can go and get on the game. You know what I'm saying? I can go and get on the game. We only need 200 more, man. Keep double tapping. Shout out to everybody that's tapping. Big chillin'. Shout out to you. I'm glad you're chilling, fam. But look, man, we had 2K likes, so Hana, I know you up in here. Make sure the chat stays respectful. You know what I don't like and what I do, so anything that you see that's a reflection of what we don't need up in here, get it out. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody that was hitting that like button. Shout out to T-Ors for the follow. I'm going to just tell you guys this. When you see other people being successful, it is not your goal to sit there and hate on them. It is to study what they did leading up to that. It is to be inspired. You see, a lot of people, man, they sit around and they rather criticize someone for what they are now, but they don't understand what it took for them to get there. You don't want to be the person sitting in the audience doing the boos. You want to be the person sitting in the audience taking notes. Because let me tell you this, we all have endeavors that we want to fulfill in life, but there's a process to that. But one thing about that process that you have to fulfill is consistency, resiliency, and discipline. And that's what a lot of individuals took. And any ones that ever got it overnight, man, they didn't know how to retain it because they never worked hard to gain it. Yeah. Did you hear what I said? They don't know how to retain it because they never worked hard to gain it. So, man, a lot of you guys, you really just want to ask a question. But because of your insecurity, your lack of self-esteem, you rather hate on somebody. And that's what I tell y'all, man, don't sit around and be a hater. You can't win being a hater. And I heard something real earlier, and I don't remember who said it, but they say, just make sure you watch out when you make it your sole goal to corner someone. Because, man, you get someone in the corner and they feel like they ain't going to survive, they going to find a way to survive. And they might come at you even harder. You might end up in the corner with no remorse. So what I tell you guys is try to minimize your criticism if it doesn't come out with a solution that is a resolution. I be a lot of people sitting around, oh, man, Marky, like, for instance, I get on here and I get on live, right? And I serve game and I tell people, I give advice, yada, yada, yada. But because I look good while I'm doing it, you'll have certain individuals that will come in here and they don't like the attention that I garner. So they say, oh, man, look at his dreads. Oh, man, he look like this. And they sitting around worrying about the wrong things. You got boys coming up in here worried about another man's appearance. That's why they ain't never going to get no game and they going to remain low frequency. You got boys that come up in here and see that I'm a magnet, that I got all the ladies up in the chat. But rather than take notes and get themselves in a position of where people actually want to hear what they say, they sit around and hate. But understand, man, that that's a part of the game. No matter what you do, whatever your endeavor is, you could be an insect analyzer. You're going to have people that hate on you and say you ain't as good as this person. There's always going to be someone that they tell you you're not better than. That's why I tell you to compete with yourself. So don't hate. Take notes. And with that being said, I'm going to conclude this episode. But for the next 45 seconds, I'll be reading everybody's comments. And if you guys would like to extend this episode, I need to see 100 diamonds. And if you do, we'll talk about whatever you want or I'll do Q&As. But thank you for your participation. I love that, man. 100 in hearts. Yup. I have to take 6. I don't know what that means, but shout out to whatever you got to do. Shout out to Madison for the TikToks. Much love and appreciation. You love to see it, man. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to do because I get rewarded by the people. And shout out to Daniel for the $50 cash app I just received. You love to see it, man. I just keep telling them that we do this day in and day out. You know, some days we don't want to do it. Some days we want to do it more than others, but we focus because we know that we have a goal that we want to reach. And you're not always going to be feeling like, yippee-ki-yay. You're not going to be feeling like jumping up and doing the Michael Jackson every single day. But at the end of the day, you have to understand that when you have those days where you don't feel like doing it, you got to make sure you do it as long as your health isn't compromised, because that is part of the process. I got to go, man. Much love, peace. Yeah, much love. I don't see any more comments or diamonds, so with that being said, I'm going to conclude the episode, and I'll be right back with another one. Much love, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Peace.